Welcome everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to my channel and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please click the button for me. It would really help me out. It helps support my channel. Leave a comment, hit the like button. All those things would help me out. I would greatly appreciate it. And as an added bonus, you'll be able to stay up to date on all that's going on in the world of music. Just like this, we're going to take a look at a brand new Armored Saint album that just came out on Friday, October 23rd of 2020. It's the 8th studio album by the band, and it's their first release since 2015's Win Hands Down, which was a fantastic album in and of its own right. The band has been described as the missing link between hard rock and thrash, and I think that's actually a very accurate description for them. If you've never heard them, when you listen to them, I think you'll pick up on those elements. And the band is also famous for featuring vocalist John Bush, who in 1983 was potentially going to take over the lead vocal duties from James Hetfield in Metallica following the recording of their album Kill 'Em All. But instead, he actually remained with Armored Saint all the way up until 1992, when he later took over lead vocal duties from Joey Belladonna in Anthrax from 1992 until 2005. And he also briefly returned to Anthrax from 2009 until 2010. And then within Armored Saint, there's also Joey Vera on bass, and he's been with Fates Warning since 1997. But interestingly, he has played with a whole host of other bands, including taking over bass duties in Anthrax for the last year that John Bush was in the band, from 2004 to 2005. And then in 2005, both John Bush and Joey Vera left Anthrax and returned to Armored Saint full time. The band also features Jeff Duncan from Odin, and that band was famous for appearing in the 1988 film or documentary, The Decline of Western Civilization, Part 2, The Metal Years. And then the band is rounded out by the brothers Gonzo Sandoval on drums and Phil Sandoval on lead guitar. And so the band has currently been preparing to release their documentary, which is simply called Armored Saint, the Movie. And it's cool. It's going to feature interviews from both bands, Metallica and Anthrax, who these guys have had ties with. But prior to the release, they've released their new album called Punching the Sky. And John Bush's vocals on this are just unmistakably good, and as good as ever. He's one of the best vocalists in all of hard rock and heavy metal, in my opinion. And the rest of the band also is just firing on all cylinders here. It's just a really stunning album, a true solid effort from a classic metal band. You know, and unfortunately, they should be much bigger than they are and given much more due, I think. But, you know, if they keep releasing albums like this, I do think that recognition will hopefully come knocking eventually. Some of the standout songs on this album here. Track number 1, Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. This one here features an interesting Irish-sounding intro to it before kicking into classic Armored Saint. The chorus includes the line in it, Punching the Sky Every Day, which of course is where the album title comes from. And track 2, The End of the Attention Span, which was the first single off the album. This one here is just such a classic in the making, in my opinion. It's got pounding drums that build through the opening. Then it just rips into, the perfect chugging guitar and vocal lines in the song. And just, in my opinion, everything you want from a classic Armored Saint song, it's in this song here. Check this one out if you're looking to know what the album sounds like. And then track 6, Lone Wolf. It's a great example of them bridging from that thrash world to the hard rock world. And it also features, interestingly, Dizzy Reed of GNR. He's adding some keyboard flourishes in this track here. And track number 8, Fly in the Ointment, which this one here's got a really cool opening guitar riff on it before a breakdown in it, where you can actually hear Dizzy Reed again adding some keyboard flourishes to it. And track 9, Bark No Bite. This one's probably my favorite track on the album. I think it's one of the most interesting ones. To me, it sounds like it could be a long-lost Thin Lizzy song on it. Got another bit of that Irish guitar sound to it here. The guitar sound, the riffing on it, the time signature, all just make this one a really fun track. Plus, it just has what I think is some of the best lead guitar work on it throughout the album. All right, so let's take a quick look at this album. This is the cover of it. Pretty interesting here. I love the old classic Armored Saint, headpiece that's there. Looks like it's ripping up out of the earth with the fire and the lava and everything, coming down from it there. Here's our spine. It's in a digipack. We got the track listing that's there. And when we open it up, we get, some information about who's on the album and that sort of stuff that told me that Dizzy Reed was on the album. If we pop the disc out, we get a closer view of what that cover was on here. And then the booklet's in this part here, which I'll pull out, and we'll thumb through a little closer view there of that part. And then we've got lyrics in here, typical type stuff, a little bit of additional imagery of stuff on the side, but not full of a lot of photos or anything like that. We do get band shots and band member duties on that part in the center of it. And then we're back to lyrics and other little imagery pieces there. So bottom line on this album here, it's just a really solid album start to finish. The songs, in my opinion, are each really quite unique on this, but at the same time have a classic Armored Saint sound to it. Now, it may have taken the band 5 years for putting this one together and releasing it, but I think it was totally worth it, and I highly recommend this album here to, of course, certainly fans of Armored Saint, but to all classic metal fans. I think you guys will enjoy this. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye.